Special attributes, you have a warn quantity where if someone enters an order for a quantity higher than this, it will just warn the operator that they're entering a higher than usual quantity to make sure they haven't fumble fingered something. Agency type is a free form field. Currency surcharge, yes and no. This indicates whether or not the currency surcharge calculation should be used. Very rarely will you use this. And then a costing type lets you set that for costing calculations with custom code. Further down, you have temperature restrictions, minimum and maximum temperature, usually with perishable goods, wine, stuff like that. Then in the serialized manufacturing group, you have the serial flag, whether or not this is a serialized item. This flag can have four different values. It can be no, which indicates the item's not serialized, just straight pick and pack. It can say yes, which means it's a serialized item, and that item is received with serial numbers. So during receiving, it's going to prompt them for serial number entry. And when you ship it, it's going to prompt it for serial number entry. If it has a value of S, that means it's a serialize on sale. And that behavior is you receive it in bulk. You don't capture the serial numbers as they are received, but you capture the serial numbers as you sell them. And then the last flag is L, which indicates it's a lot tracked item versus serial tracking. Now, the serialized item flag you can only get to when you first set up the item. This is not something you can toggle after the item has been set up. Then for the manufacturing process, you can have a serial number counter here, and this is used when you manufacture this item in-house. You can have a manufacturer code that is stuck on the front of the serial number when the serial number is assigned. And then you have the current sales bomb revision, which tells you what sales bomb should be printed on sales orders. Down here in the bottom, we have the label set. For each item, you can have multiple additional descriptive information, and that descriptive information changes by item type. So if we look at, let's say, monitors, if we're shipping monitors or cataloging monitors, we may want to store a resolution, a type, a size, and a refresh rate. If we're dealing with hard drives, we're looking for a type, capacity, form factor. So this just lets you set the labels for the particular catalog item. If you use the special code auto, then it will set these labels based upon the item number, not based upon the set of labels. And these labels are stored as text data records, which we talked about in an earlier class. Moving on to the advanced tab, where we tend to dump all sorts of other stuff. An item tax number, if this item has a particular taxation number. A tax category for categorizations based upon the different states' taxation. A United Nations specification number, very rarely used. The default order entry attribute set. This is a little more interesting. The order entry attribute set is used to bring up a specific set of order entry attributes or a specific set of attributes tied to a sales order when this item is entered. And we'll go more into detail on that when we get to order entry, but this lets you set up a list of values that get prompted for example, data access, for their Runtime licenses, we'll put in an attribute set name here that then prompts them for user count, version, registration name, and stuff like that during order entry. Cell with set allows you to identify a set of items that the operator or the user on the website should be prompted for whenever they buy something. For example, you buy a refrigerator. Well, actually, refrigerator is a bad one. Let's say you buy a washing machine. Additional cell with maybe power cord, hose, extended warranty, box of soap, this type of stuff. Customer account restricts the sale of this item to a particular customer. If you have an item that's a custom item only available for one customer, you can put their account number in here. Buying group types, this allows you to say that this item is only available to certain buying groups. So you may have an item that's a custom item for multiple buying groups instead of one customer. And then export license tells you whether or not you need an export license for this. EDI export date.
Hank, I have a question. On that, the field where you wrote, where you said the customer account. So if it's an item specifically for a customer, you know, ABC distributors, what have you, you're saying you put that account number in there, and order entry would only be able to enter and this item for that customer. Any other customer they try, it would prompt them that they can't do it.
That's correct.
Wow. Okay, I did not know that. Thank you.
Actually, I'm not sure that it prompts them that they can't do it. I think it just doesn't show up on the searches, and if you key it in, it won't accept it.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll try it and test. Thank you.
Now, there's another advanced system of this called PACS, Product Authorization Control System, which lets you do fancier stuff, where you can put in geographical ship tos and stuff like that. For example, we had a customer where they're a distributor, but they could only sell certain products east of the Mississippi and stuff like that. So this is a simple way of assigning it to one customer or buying group. The PACS system lets you do fancier and more exotic stuff.